talking to us, Mr.
Our
Geoffrey
pleasure.
Rush and Sophie. I have to tell you, first of all, congratulations on the great performances, fantastic performances on this film, The Book Thief. I understand that this was like the best New York selling 2006 book.
Yeah.
Have you both got a chance to read the book yet? And
I read the script first. Shamefully, I didn't know about the book. I should have, because he's an Australian author. But my daughter saw the screenplay on my desk, and she said, "Are you going to be in this? Are you auditioning?" I said, "No, I'm being offered a role." And she went, because she'd read the book. All her friends, she said, "We read this book, Dad, in year 10. This book changed our lives."
wow.
I was impressed that a teenage girl was using the word book in a sentence, and it changed her life.
Wow.
And she
So you
said
had
to
to
me,
thank her then.
this was funny because the book was narrated by Death, and she said, "Oh, you're going to play Death?" And I thought, "Oh, everyone's a casting director." I said, "No, I'm playing Hans Huberman," and I think it's a really wonderful piece of work.
So we had to thank your daughter for
Kind
introducing
of.
you
She
to
kind
the
of alerted
screenplay.
me, but it did become a young adult lit phenomenon. But yeah, I think you're right that 2006 it was on the New York Times Amazon bestseller list for years,
For years,
5-6 years, and I believe since word of the film has come out, the sales have spiked again.
Yes. Wow, and I had to say, great job, Sophie. What prompted you want to play the role of Liesel?
Actually, when I started to do the movie, I didn't want the part. Well, I didn't even read the book or the screenplay, but I was doing gymnastics.
Oh.
So my goal was really to go to the Olympics. So I just auditioned really for fun. Obviously, I was like, I'm never going to get the part anyways. And then I did a second audition and a third. And I read the script, and it was the first time that a script would make me cry. And I loved the story so much, and I loved my character, and I really wanted to do the movie. And also, we don't learn about the Holocaust in school. And even my best friend that's actually quite smart went to see the movie 2 weeks ago with me. And she didn't understand, like, everything. Some parts she didn't understand. That showed me how people my age don't know enough. And I just felt like I had to do the movie so that my friends would go and see it, so that they'd talk a bit more for the next generations, because I really hope that in 100 years people still know what happened.
Yeah.
First of all, to remember the people that died,
Yeah.
and to honor them, sort
Yes.
of, and then to prevent that to happen again.
Yeah. Mr. Rush, you had such intimate scenes with Sophie in this film as father-daughter. What made him instantly wanting to protect Liesel the minute he saw her first time?
I think it's part of his history that we hear when he has the difficult task of explaining who is this man that bursts in through our front door one night, and in telling her the story that he had been in a war, the First World War, and that a man had died kind of in place of me. It should have been me that was on the front that day, and that I'd pledged to that family that if at any time I could ever help them out, I would, and that time came. So I think Hans has been through a war. He's seen how destructive it is, how devastating it can be. It's made him question, what quality of life would I like? He's got a personality that likes to play the accordion, and in this particularly dark period of German history, he knows that music is always going to help people feel less anxious. That's why he plays in the bomb shelter, and he knows. I think he has a natural empathy and an emotional intelligence as a human being. So when this grief-stricken, illiterate girl whose mother's been taken away, he probably knows what that means. And eventually he kind of has to tell that story to Liesel. And they bond over a book, because she has grabbed this book as a memento, I think, from her brother's gravesite. And he uses the book and music as a way of getting her to come back into life, not to fall into the hole of despair.
Thank you so much. Great job. I love both of your performances.